I love the sound of bird song. We can take it for granted, but it's such a lovely, natural sound. I imagine that the passage that Sally looked at on Sunday about the woman caught in the act of adultery was quite a quiet passage, where a woman is caught having sex with a bloke and the religious leaders bring her and throw her before Jesus and say, what should we do with her? Interesting that the bloke's not caught, is he? Only the woman. It's obviously a setup. Because in the law of Moses it says that we should stone her, they say to Jesus. Jesus is put in a trap. If he says stone her, then they would say, but we're not allowed to do that because we're under Roman rule, and Romans say the only way to kill someone is through crucifixion. So Jesus, you're breaking the Roman law. But if he says no, don't do it because of the Romans, they say to Jesus, well, you like the Romans more than Moses then, the kind of ultimate guy in our Jewish faith. Is that true? Jesus bends down and writes in the earth. It's the only time Jesus writes and no one records what he says. I think it was a cultural way of saying, I'm not going to get involved in this conversation. It's a bit like when I was growing up and my mum would be talking at my dad, not with my dad, at my dad, and my dad would just turn the volume up on the TV remote control. It was his way of saying, I really don't want to be involved in this conversation. Eventually she'd stop talking. But they push Jesus because they want to know. They're ready and they're good to go. They've got their stones in their hand. You see, according to Jewish law, you could throw a woman caught in the act of adultery down a dry well and then stone her to death. There's no historical proof that it ever happened, but it was in the law, and they're pushing it to the max to get Jesus trapped into a position where he betrays Rome or he betrays them, and they can then kill him. So Jesus stands up and he says, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. And one by one it says they dropped their stones and walked away, whilst Jesus is kneeling down again. Interestingly, the older men dropped their stones first. Is that because they were wiser? Oh, how we need wise older folk in our churches these days, in our country, giving us their counsel from their experience over the years. It's not like it was in the old days, but let me help you tread these difficult paths that are ahead of you. So Jesus stands and looks at the woman and says, where are those that condemn you? She says, they've gone, sir. He says, then neither do I condemn you. Go now and leave your life of sin. Jesus doesn't wash away the things she's done wrong, but he doesn't condemn her either. He gives her a second chance at life. Absolutely incredible. Genius Jesus gives her a way to start again.